I know we all want this COVID thing to end, and it will. The restrictions in place now won't last forever. Smart people are figuring out how to get vaccines to everyone, but it will take a little longer. Until then, we need to recommit and finish strong. COVID won't stop spreading on its own. We have to stop spreading it. Meet with friends outside, social distance, and most of all, wear a mask. We're all in. Are you?
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love, the latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more, free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is the premier award-winning student property in Orem. With renovations of nearly $5 million, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or remote, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, so safety and support is the top priority. Lease now and get half off your November rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
Good afternoon from the Lockhart Arena on the campus of Utah Valley University for the final regular season match for the Wolverines and the Lopes of Grand Canyon. Both of these teams have cemented their spot in the upcoming Western Athletic Conference tournament. The Lopes will be the 2 seed, the Wolverines will be the 3 seed, and they'll meet each other on April 2nd at 2 p.m. So not a lot to play for. I'm Matt Bayamonte. I'm joined by Wolverine great Kaylee Doxey, but still an opportunity, Kaylee, for the Wolverines to maybe not right the ship because they've had a great year, but they were swept last night to Grand Canyon, and now an opportunity to flip the script there against the Lopes.
Yeah, they're not playing for a second-place seed in the tournament anymore, but these girls are all athletes, so they're going to want to win regardless of having that on the line or not. I think this matchup and this match will be a good opportunity for them to kind of figure out some things before they see them again in the tournament.
Grand Canyon's on a 2-game winning streak against UVU. The Wolverines won the 13 previous meetings, and then Grand Canyon won their first meeting back in 2019, and then last night they beat the Wolverines 3-0, and so now you can see the current conference standings. New Mexico State is that 1 seed. They'll play the winner of UTRGV and Chicago State if everything remains true for these next 2 weeks, as we're still in a pandemic, Kaylee, so things can change.
Right.
But they'll await the winner of that match, and then the Wolverines and the Lopes will play in the semifinal matchup for a chance to maybe play New Mexico State for the conference championship. All those matches will be played right here in this very gym on April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd as of right now. So let's get to the starting lineups, Kaylee, and then we'll get ready for the final regular season match of the season here on the WAC Digital Network. We're still with the Lopes, who are wearing all black, and they have a change in the starting lineup. Their outstanding sophomore center, Claire Mitchell, doesn't appear to be playing today. So starting at center will be number 9. At libero, number 10, KJ Adams. On the outside, number 12, Georgia Turi. Also on the outside, number 13, Sarah Haggie. At middle blocker, Hannah Eskies. Also on the outside, Janie Murillo. And at middle blocker, number 16, Kyra Moss. They're led by Coach Tim Nolan in his 5th year. And the first point goes to the Wolverines. They're wearing white with black shorts. Here's their starting group. At libero, number 6, Saren Jardine, who was honored pregame with the commemorative UVU Volleyball for being number 1 all-time here at Utah Valley in Diggs. What a tremendous honor for Saren Jardine. Kristen Bell is serving. She's starting, as well as Kendra Knott, Kaylee Downs, Jason Funk Stratton, Sadie Hampson, and Kazna Tanavasa. A little change there in the starting lineup from last night. Murillo gets the Lopes on the board for the first time. And what do you make of the change, seeing Sadie Hampson and Kaylee Downs starting here in set number 1 for Utah Valley?
You know, Sadie started last night, and she played the first 2 sets, and I'm not surprised she's back in. Kaylee Downs, it'd be great to see her get some time, get some reps. Like we said, Lopes also had a change in a setter. I think maybe coaches are trying to figure out some options going into the tournament, and maybe just getting some kids some playing time before that as well.
Both teams are having really good years, and the Wolverines have already proven that they can hang with the best in the conference, beating New Mexico State a couple weeks ago 3-2. So they're a formidable foe, and Grand Canyon's having a great year too at 11-2. They're undefeated at home, 3-2 on the road. So both of these teams, I think, are capable, Kaylee, of winning a conference championship.
Yeah, and I don't think last night was a good representation of what Utah Valley could do against Grand Canyon, so I'd like to see them show up a little better today and compete a little harder.
Few things on the line for the Wolverines, and I think this is a trait of a really good volleyball team, Kaylee. The Wolverines have not lost consecutive matches all season long. So that streak is on the line in this season finale, where if they win, that will have stayed true all season long. And then Grand Canyon, as I mentioned, had never beaten the Wolverines prior to the end of 2019, and now they're on a 2-match winning streak. So we'll have to see which streak gives way by the end of tonight's match. Off the shoulder of Saren Jardine, Wolverines up 3-1. Another dig from Jardine, but it's a overpass, and it's lightly tapped down by Grand Canyon. Sarah Haggie with the kill. Serving is Hannah Eskies, conference leader in blocks per set, and she's 5th in the conference, Kaylee, in hitting percentage. So just a really talented player for the Lopes.
Yeah, definitely. I love that play they just ran with Kazna running the 2 in the middle. They seem to be successful when they do run that, and they've ran that a couple times this season, but I think that's something they need to start doing more often.
Serving is Abby Miller into action for the first time. Really nice serve that just grazes the top of the net, but Grand Canyon takes care of business with Georgia Turi on the kill. Turi, a freshman out of Italy. One of 2 foreign players for the Lopes, the other one being Jenny Murillo out of Colombia. Miller setting it for Tanavasa. Diving in, KJ Adams to keep it alive. Deflected by the Wolverines at the net, and it will result in a Wolverine side out. Brighton Bishop in to serve for the Wolverines now. From a aces per set perspective, 3rd best in the WAC right now is Brighton Bishop. And there is an ace on cue for the freshman out of Pleasant Grove High School, right up the road from Utah Valley.
And that serve looks a lot more like what she is capable. Last night she didn't have too many of those. I think she was the one, she might be the only one with an ace last night, but that's more of what we see from Brighton.
Another good serve, putting pressure on the Lopes. Haggie. No, excuse me, that was Georgia Turry. Too far, and Wolverines up 4. Hard to believe, but this is their largest lead against the Lopes in 2 days. A really hot start by the Wolverines. We'll see if they can continue their outstanding play after the break here on the WAC Digital Network.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Really nice start for the Wolverines. They lead by 4. Lopes with a negative hitting percentage of 143. We'll see if they can turn things around here. And they do, courtesy of Georgia Turry. Deflected off the Wolverines, and it's a Lopes side out.
Lopes get the side out, but Bishop came back and served really tough, and that was some of the best serving I've seen from the Wolverines, even last night.
It was a struggle for the Wolverines last night on the service line, Kaylee. They had 5 service errors and only 1 ace. They lead the conference in service aces, but Grand Canyon found a way to disrupt their serve last night, but looks like very early in set number 1 here that the Wolverines are serving much better.
Yeah, I'd like to see them serve better, but I think more importantly, I'd love to see the Wolverines pass better today. They really struggled yesterday, and it seemed like Grand Canyon could not do any wrong passing.
Lopes had 11 more assists last night and 11 more kills as well offensively. Kristen Bell is deflected and popped up by the Lopes. Maria will hit it over. Hampson pops it up to Miller, and now over to Kristen Bell. Over the block, and Kristen Bell gets the kill for Utah Valley. Hard to believe, only the 3rd kill for the Wolverines out of their first 9 points. Doing an outstanding job defensively, 1 block. Lopes still with a negative hitting percentage. Hampson serve leads to an overpass, and Kristen Bell takes care of business. Nice to see the Wolverines convert on that opportunity. Hampson will serve again. It's a 3-0 Wolverines scoring run. They lead by 6. The slide to Kyra Moss. That worked last night for Grand Canyon, and it works early here in set number 1.
Yeah, you said the slide, and that's exactly what I thought. It's the slide. They are going after it right now. I'm wondering if there's a different connection with different setters between Ava and Claire, but that one looked really nice.
That was Kyra Moss's first kill of the match. She had 10 along with 7 blocks last night in their first meeting of the year. Murillo pushes it through the Wolverine block.
That was a great heads-up play by Murillo. She was a little tight. The blockers were in her face, and she used a swipe technique just to get those hands and score.
Second kill for Murillo, and Murillo, a really good outside hitter for Grand Canyon. A 3-0 run by the Lopes after that block at the net by Hannah Eskies. Rio leads the conference in kills per set. And as you saw there, Eskies leads the conference in blocks per set. This is a Lopes team that is top 25 nationally in several categories. We won't see Claire Mitchell this afternoon. She's 7th in the country in assists per set. And Eskies is top 25 in blocks per set. Murillo is top 25 in kills per set. This is a really talented Grand Canyon team. Jasa on the serve. Slide to Eskies. Back-to-back slide kills for Grand Canyon, and that worked so well for them last night, and so far it's working as well.
I'd love to see what adjustments are made between last night and today to stop that. And right now they're successful with it, so I'm hoping if they did put anything in play to stop it, that they start utilizing that block.
And I love what you said to start the broadcast, Kaylee, where nothing's on the line here. They're playing each other, and Grand Canyon is the 2 seed, although the Wolverines 2-3, does it really matter? You're playing the conference tournament here in Orem, Utah, but that's something that probably needs to be figured out before that conference tournament.
Right. Kendra Knox already has 2 kills. Last night she had an awesome, tied her career high in match kills with 13. Right now she has 2. And to get her 13 kills in 3 sets is impressive as well.
And we focus on our offense, but Kendra Knox has been a really stout defender for the Wolverines. She's 2nd in the conference in blocks per set. Jardine tries to get it over on the 3rd hit, just short, and it's back to Grand Canyon. The Lopes have trimmed what was a 6-point lead down to 2 as we get near the midway point of set number 1.
They're also out of the negatives. They're hitting a positive 100 now, so their offense is really starting to click.
Jardine passing to Jasa, back to Kaylee Downs, over the block. In comes Georgia Turi. Deflected. We'll see if they go back to Turi. They do. Deflected again at the net, and KJ Adams can't keep it alive. It's a side out by UVU. Serving will be Saren Jardine, who is 9th all-time at Utah Valley in service aces. We'll see if she can get another here. Sarah Hagge on the right side. It's a side out for Grand. No, it's to Utah Valley, excuse me. That was an attack error on Hagge, and Jardine will serve again. Adams to Mason, and Grand Canyon with the side out. Hannah Eskies with the kill. Assist from Ava Mason. Back-to-back points by Grand Canyon. And Eskies will serve again. After the service ace. Jasa up to Kasna, and Kasna Tanavasa with her 2nd kill and a side out for the Wolverines. Tori Dorius, Abby Miller come in. Abby Miller with a laser. And already the 2nd service ace for the Wolverines. That's more than they had last night.
Yeah, double. That was a great serve right down the line.
Wolverines 5 service errors, 1 ace last night in a loss. There's the first service error from Miller, but already improved serving by Utah Valley. And for the first time this afternoon, we'll see a freshman from Kamehameha High School in Oahu, Hawaii, Mia Goulart. Miller down the middle. Hampson took a swing. A second opportunity for Hampson, and Sadie Hampson with the kill.
Such a heads-up play by Abby Miller. I love when setters give a hitter a chance. Maybe they're not successful the first time, and in the same rally go back to that hitter again and give them a second chance. And Hampson did a great job.
Mason on the slide. Bishop comes in to take care of it from Kyra Moss. Diving in is Mason. Turi now deflected at the nets, and it lands out of play for a Lopes point. It'd be really interesting to see what happens once the Wolverines get to 20, because they led late in every set that they lost last night. We'll see if the Wolverines can execute when it matters to win their first set against Grand Canyon in this 2020 season.
Yeah, I like that they're up 4 at this point. That's, like we talked about, the largest lead that they've had between now and yet last night. But just like you mentioned, you get to 20 and it kind of turns into a whole nother ball game.
There were a couple 4-0 runs last night by Grand Canyon late that helped them sweep the Wolverines. Miller was ready for the setter's dump. Adams over to Mason. They'll go back on the slide to Moss, and Bishop dives in with the dig. Mason setting it for Murillo this time, and Murillo is too long. It's another Wolverine point as they go up 5.
Bishop is an excellent defender. She's a freshman this year. Saren is a senior. I imagine that when Saren graduates and she's done, Brighton will fill that libero role possibly, and Bishop might give her a run for her money with her record.
Wolverines lead by 5. We'll be back after this.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and
Utah Valley leads by 5 in the season finale here before both teams get ready for the upcoming conference tournament right here in Orem, Utah. Big storyline so far, I think, Grand Canyon not playing Claire Mitchell, who is 7th in the country in assists per set. She's just an outstanding setter for Grand Canyon. Burst onto the scene as a freshman, ultra talented, grew up a ballet dancer, had a chance to do that professionally if she wanted to. Chose to play volleyball instead. She's not playing. Ava Mason got the start, a freshman from Mill Creek, Washington. And the Wolverines have done a really nice job defensively to just disrupt Grand Canyon. But the one thing Grand Canyon has still done well, Kaylee, is the slide, as you see there, to number 12, Georgia Turi. Still waiting to see what adjustments the Wolverines will have against that offensive piece from Grand Canyon.
Yeah, Claire Mitchell may not be playing as their first setter, but Ava Mason has come in, and I think she's doing a really good job. The slides seem to be connecting just fine. So maybe the coach is giving them a chance to play her and rest Claire for a little bit.
10 assists already for Ava Mason. We'll take another break here on the WAC Digital Network. Lopes on a 3-0 run to trim the lead to 2.
I'm here to ask you a question. Are you all in? Our caregivers are tired. You're tired. The pandemic has worn on everyone. We believe that in order to have a healthy economy and healthy towns and cities, we need to have healthy people who live and work in them. We're all in so our communities can live the healthiest lives possible. Are you all in with us?
Tim Nolan's Lopes on a 3-0 run to cut the lead to 2. And as you see here on the screen, that upcoming conference tournament, which will happen here in Orem on April 1st through the 3rd, Only 5 teams will be participating as of now, and that is still subject to change. New Mexico State being the 1 seed, GCU 2, UVU 3, UTRGV, and Chicago State in that 4 or 5 matchup. Seattle will not participate, and those 3 teams at the bottom are still acclimating to Division I, so they're not eligible to head to a potential NCAA tournament. So that's where we stand as we try and wrap things up. And now it's a 4-0 run, and what felt like, Kaylee, a Wolverine victory here in the first set has now become anyone's first set.
We saw this last night as well. But Grand Canyon's going on runs late in the game. They're putting together strings of points. They're serving tough. Wolverines can't seem to get great passes off serve receive. That ball they were able to convert off of an out-of-system play. Great swing right there by Tori Dorius, but we've got to see the Wolverines pass better, and we have to see them have a little bit more urgency this late in the game.
First kill for Tori Dorius, and it's a much-needed side out for Utah Valley. Slide for Grand Canyon. Jardine with the dig. Brighton pops it up for Kristen Bell. Mason sets it up for Eskeys, and Hannah Eskeys gets the kill for GCU. Coming in for Grand Canyon, number 4, Hope Hannock Harper, a freshman out of Broomfield, Colorado. Jardine down the middle. Kendra Knock.
That is her bread and butter. She loves that push set, and she goes to the right with it, and that angle has been really successful for her.
Third kill for Kendra Knock here in set number 1. Wolverines out hitting the Lopes significantly here in set number 1. 286 to 139.
I'd like to note that at any given time, right now we've seen 11 different Wolverines play in this first set for Utah Valley. You have a lot of contributors come in and do maybe one thing. Maybe they just serve, maybe they come in and all they do is play front row, but you have a lot of subs being used and a lot of players getting time.
Murillo misfired, an attack error for Jenny Murillo, gives the point to the Wolverines. Jasa dives in for the dig. Sarah now over to Tanavasa. Murillo to Mason, back over to Hannock Harper. Jardine's dig. Jasa corrals it off the pipe. Tanavasa hits the top of the net. Murillo now for Grand Canyon, denied. Lopes will hit it over on the diving in. Abby Vincent. And Kasna unable to clear the net. It's a side out for GCU. Wolverines last night in set number 1 were at set point on 3 different occasions. We'll have to see if they can finish it off here. That helps as the Wolverines go up 3, 23-20.
That's the third net call that Grand Canyon has had called on them. This one was on Hannah Eskeys, and she's not arguing about it, so I'm pretty sure the refs got that one right.
Sarah Jardine will serve for Utah Valley. Mesa runs it down and sets it up for Turi. Turi misfires, and now it's set point for Utah Valley. They withstood a GCU 4-0 run to make it interesting. Mason down the middle to Eskeys, and Hannah Eskeys prolongs set number 1.
That is a hard ball to defend. That's deep corner off of a middle attack. That's what you want your middles doing. A lot of times middles want to get up and bang that ball hard down, but that deep corner will always score.
A service ace by Eskeys keeps Grand Canyon within striking distance. That is the 4th service ace by Grand Canyon here in set number 1. We'll finish it up after this.
Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here4you to learn how to get the care you need.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows.
Eskies will serve following a service ace. They'll go to Kasna down the middle, over the block. Diving in is Mason. And on the third hit is Lifgren. Hampson over the block. And that'll do it for Utah Valley, courtesy of Sadie Hampson, as the Wolverines hang on in set number 1.
That got a little dicey. I mean, you have three separate chances to score, 4 separate chances to score set point, and just looked like their passing started to break down, maybe confidence, maybe nerves, but good job getting the win. Now you got to go to set 2 and hopefully figure out a few things. I'd like to see them put a stop to the slide. I'd like to see them pass better and maybe serve tougher.
We'll find out next if the Wolverines can go up 2-0 here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
We can stand together by standing far apart.
Stay 6 feet apart from other people.
Wear your mask when you go out.
Wash your hands often.
If you feel sick, stay home. Be respectful of others.
The choices you make are critical.
By protecting yourself, it helps protect all of us.
Your actions can save lives.
What we do now will shape our future.
Stay safe.
Join the Wolverine Club, a simple message with a major impact.
Finds the back of the net for the Wolverines!
Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University women's soccer star, graduate, and Rhodes Scholar finalist Hannah Bruce. Not only is Hannah the first UVU student athlete to be a Rhodes Scholar finalist, she is currently studying to earn a master's degree in neuroscience at the renowned University of Oxford in England. Support the next Wolverine Rhodes Scholar finalist by joining the Wolverine Club today.
Welcome back into the Lockhart Arena, where the Wolverines took the first set 25-22. Kristen Bell led the Wolverines in kills with 4, and for the Lopes, it was Hannah Eskies with 5 kills and a block. The upcoming broadcast here for Utah Valley on the WAC Digital Network on the 25th, a crucial, and 25th and 27th, big soccer matches against Seattle. The 25th will be at 4 p.m., and then a noon start time for the Red Hawks and the Wolverines on Saturday, March 27th. And then the following week, we'll have the WAC Volleyball Conference Tournament. That'll start on April 1st. Those matches will be found on ESPN Plus and the WAC Digital Network. Whatever you prefer. Both teams on the floor now as we'll get ready for set number 2. Same group that started for the Wolverines in set number 1. Kaylee Downs, the change from last night. And the same group as well for Grand Canyon, with Ava Mason taking over the setter responsibilities for Claire Mitchell, who is not playing.
We do have Hope Hannah Carper in instead of Sarah Haggie on the right side this time.
Jason Funk Stratton will start things off for UVU. Mason to Murillo, deflected. Jason dives in. Jardine over to Kristen Bell. And Kristen just a bit too far. Gives the point to GCU. There's Ashley Lifgren. She'll serve for Grand Canyon. Knock to Jasa, back to Kristen Bell on the right side, and Kristen gets through the block.
The Wolverines have a very diverse hitters. They can hit on the right side, they can hit on the outside, so they're kind of exchangeable where they can go. So it's fun to see Kristen Bell get kills on the right side and the outside. Sometimes we'll see Kasna swing on the right side as well.
Side out for Grand Canyon. Hannah Eskies will serve. And that kill for the Lopes is credited to Hannah Eskies. Jasa back to Kaylee Downs. Nice swing there from Kaylee. Here's the replay here. Jasa back to Downs, who splits it right between Mason and Lifgren. Good ball placement. A service ace for Utah Valley. That's Saren Jardine trying to stretch that cushion between her and Jasa. Mason on the slide. Deflected at the net by Hampson. Jasa tries to pop it off the net and does so. But the point does go to Grand Canyon ultimately. Serving is Mia Goulart. She has 2 digs this afternoon. Bell to Jasa, back to Downs, and Downs locates yet again on that right side for UVU.
So far they've had 3 kills this set, and all 3 of those kills have come from the right side. 2 from Downs and 1 from, if I remember right,
Kristen, was it
Kristen
Kristen?
Bell. Yep.
Abby Miller in to serve. She has an ace already. Jardine's dig now to Miller. To Sadie Hampson. And Mia Goulart could not handle it. It's another Wolverine point. Three kills now for Sadie Hampson, and Miller will serve again. Freshman from Pleasant Grove. One of several Pleasant Grove High School Vikings on this Wolverine squad. Kasna out of Pleasant Grove and Brighton Bishop as well. As you see, a side out from Grand Canyon, and Georgia Turry will serve. Abby tracks it down and sets it up for Tori Dorius. Nice pass and finish there from Miller to Dorius. Brighton Bishop will serve now for the Wolverines. She has one of the Wolverines' 3 aces. Mason setting it up for Moss. Diving in is Bishop. Kristen Bell now on the 3rd try. Dig from Goulart. Murillo crashes in and goes under the net. The point will go to UVU. Little miscommunication there on the Grand Canyon side of things as Murillo crashed under the net. Wolverines now up 3. Mesa on the slide to Moss! And Kristen Bell and Sadie Hampson with the block.
Great stop on the slide. That's exactly what they need to do. If anything, you slow down the hitter one time, she has to start thinking about it the next couple times she hits, but that's what they need to start doing on that slide.
Nearly an ace from Bishop. Another block. This time it's Hampson and Dorius. Back-to-back Wolverine blocks. They have 4 blocks now in the match. Adams, Murillo. Wow, she kept it in play, but Dorius was ready for it. And it is a 5-0 Wolverine scoring run.
That was an excellent save by Murillo. I know they didn't end up getting the point, but the angle on that was so tough.
It's all UVU here in the Lockhart Arena.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Predicting Utah's diverse weather. It takes an experienced team, passionate about putting you in the know before you go. It takes the KSL weather specialists. Weather made special.
Wolverines on a 5-0 run as they lead by 6. That ties their match-high lead at any point. Almost an overpass. Oh! I thought Miller got underneath it, but no. The setter's dump converts for Ava Mason, and it's a Lopes side out.
Great aggressive dump by Ava. It was not a good pass. It was one of the only options she could do, but I like that she got aggressive with it.
Jardine to Miller. Down the middle to Sadie Hampson. Nice dig there from KJ Adams. Adams pops it up to Murillo, and Murillo too far. Jenny Murillo, an outstanding outside hitter for Grand Canyon, has struggled a little bit today.
Hitting negative 154 right now. Looks like she's getting a little frustrated. You can tell she's trying to play hard, but, negative 231.
On the slide to Eskeys. Dorius dives in to keep it alive. And a miscommunication there between Miller and Hampson results in a Grand Canyon point. Ava Mason will serve. She's taken over for Claire Mitchell this afternoon. 15 assists and 4 digs for Mason. Miller back to Dorius. Murillo deflects it at the net. They'll try the opposite side now to Kristen Bell. She uses a shoulder to keep it alive, but Jardine can't corral it, and it's back-to-back points for Grand Canyon.
Before that block, Utah Valley was hitting 500 with their offense, but that brought them down to 364, which is still an excellent hitting percentage.
Yeah, you're going to win a lot of sets hitting mid-300s.
Yeah.
Miller back to Dorius. Hard swing. Mason dives in. And, that was Adams diving in. Mason tried to keep it in play, but wasn't sure if that was going to stay in or not, and it results in a point. Here's the replay, Kaylee. As you see a hard swing there from Dorius. Adams tried. There might have been a play there, but it would have been close on the end for Mason.
Dorius swings so high. She's over the block. She's got 4 kills now, hitting 571 on that right side.
Player of the year back in high school was Tori Dorius in Wasatch High School in Heber City for basketball. Stands 6'4", a really good athlete.
Gotta love those 2 or 3 sport athletes coming out of high school and playing collegiate ball.
Serving now will be Ashley Lifgren for Grand Canyon. Following the side out, the kill goes courtesy to Jenny Murillo, who now has 4 kills this afternoon. Bell to Jasa, and now down the middle, Kaylee Downs, and she finds the high hands of Eskeys, and it's a quick Utah Valley side out. Kristen Bell will serve. She leads Utah Valley in kills with 5. Wolverines hitting .400 here in set number 2. Jardine pops it up. Jasa back to Kaylee. And Kaylee is able to find that corner as Adams came diving in a second too late.
I love that the Wolverines are spreading out the kills with their hitters. Right now you have Kristen Bell with 5, Dorius with 4, Downs with 4, Tanavasu 3, so Hampson with 3, so you're seeing a lot of love from the setters going to each of their hitters.
The 4th service ace of the match for Utah Valley comes courtesy of Abby Vincent, and they have their largest lead at any point in this match at 7. It's 15-8. It's been all Utah Valley. Nice response from the Wolverines after being swept last night. Jasa all the way over to Kasna, and a laser from Tanavasa doubles up the Lopes at 16-8.
Great set from Jasa all the way across the court. You'll see from here. And Kasna getting on top of that ball.
Jasa now with 12 assists. The Wolverines are firing on all cylinders, hitting .471, 4 aces as a team. There's a Grand Canyon side out courtesy of Hannah Eskees, and she'll serve now. Eskees leads the Lopes in kills with 8. Kendra Knock is denied, and it's back-to-back Lopes points. 16-10. It'll be interesting to see if Utah Valley, who's dominated this set, can continue and cruise on to a big margin of victory in set number 2.
I think the biggest thing that I have seen, their offense is doing excellent. You see Kasna get a kill right there. But as I've been looking at their passing between set 1 and set 2, like we've been talking about for 2 matches now, their passing at the beginning of this game has been much better. And I think there's a direct correlation between the success of their offense and the pass.
Yep. And I think I would add to that the serve-receive game has been notably better as well. Last night, 5 errors, 1 ace. That's been completely flipped this afternoon with 4 aces and 1 error.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon with the side out cuts the lead to 6. We'll see a substitution now as Mia Goulart comes in to serve. Vincent, now it's Jasa back to Kaylee Downs. Dig is there from Lifgren. Mason up to Turry. Jasa down the middle to Hampson. They're going to say it was not deflected and it'll stay with Grand Canyon. Still 5-point lead here at 17-12 in set number 2. Goulart serves again. Tanavasa to Jasa. Back up high to Kasna. Oh, it was close. But they're going to say she just missed.
You did see right there. Georgia Turry had to duck.
Get out the way.
Dodgeball.
I would do the same thing in that circumstance.
Yeah, watch out when Kasna's hitting.
Maybe they'll try Kasna again. No, they'll go to Kaylee Downs this time. Miscommunication leads to a Wolverines side out, and now we'll see Abby Miller and Tori Dorius back in for the Wolverines. Miller will serve. She has 9 assists along with a service ace and 1 dig.
I think what's great about Miller's serves is she has aces, but she also just serves tough. She takes the other team out of system a lot, making them pass bad. So it's less about how many aces you have and more about how tough you're serving and making it harder for them to run an offense.
She is certainly aggressive. She's had a few errors in this 2-game series, but I like that point you make. Just a lot of pressure.
Just like that. It's not an ace, but they're not able to run anything quick.
Unfortunately, it does result in a point for Georgia Turi. Little hole formed in the back of that Wolverine defense. Turi was able to locate it for the side out. Turi now with 4 kills. Miller all the way over to Dorius. Adams with the dig. Mason does her best to pop it over. Hampson down the middle. Goulart is there on the dig. Jardine's ready for the setter's dump. Miller over to Dorius. And Dorius takes care of business over the outstretched arms of Ava Mason. Big height difference there between Dorius and Mason. Mason at 5'9", Dorius 6'4", and she was able to go over the top.
Yeah, Dorius right now hitting now she's hitting 556. And you see Kaylee Downs hitting over 600. And as an outside hitter or right side hitter, those are awesome hitting percentages. You normally see that with middles having those really high hitting percentages, but you've got 2 pin hitters right now hitting over 500%. That's pretty impressive.
And the Wolverines at 300% for the match. Lopes only at 123. Big advantage there for the Wolverines. Eskies gets the block. No, the point goes to Utah Valley. It's 21-15. Wolverines have led from start to finish here in set number 2, and Sadie Hampson will serve now. Slide is denied. I think we've seen the adjustment courtesy of Kristen Bell and Kendra Knock. That has not been effective here in set number 2.
And their block looked great. I feel like maybe the issue has been that they've been getting up too late on the block, and last couple times it seems like they've been right on time.
A service ace for Utah Valley. Their 5th service ace. This one courtesy of Sadie Hampson. Her first service ace of the match. Wolverines have 5 different servers with aces, and it's now an 8-point lead. Slide opportunity deflected. In comes Hampson. Miller up high to Kristen Bell, and Kristen Bell delivers.
She is having an awesome set. Right now she's got 6 kills. Kristen Bell hitting 200.
Hampson serving on set point here to give the Wolverines a 2-0 lead heading into the break. The slide this time by Hannah Eskies does get through the block. Grand Canyon still alive. And Hope Hannick Harper will come in for Grand Canyon. The freshman Ava Mason setter duty in replacement of Claire Mitchell. She serves. Kendra Knock is denied by Eskies. Back-to-back Grand Canyon points. A lot of work to be done to make it interesting here in set 2. What's impressed you the most about the Wolverines' dominant play here in the second set?
Well, their offense has looked a lot better. They're not making a lot of mistakes, and they're putting the ball away right away. But I feel like I'm kind of saying the same thing over and over again, but their passing has looked a ton better off of serve receive. So I'm impressed with their passing, I'm impressed with their offense, and the adjustment that they made with the slide.
Wolverines take set number 2, 25-17. Tori Dorius is leading the way for Utah Valley with 7 kills, hitting 6, 36, and a block. As a team, the Wolverines hitting 308. They've got 5 blocks. That's 2 better than Grand Canyon. 27 assists, so to kind of back up that passing point, I know that doesn't always correlate, but they were 11 assists less than Grand Canyon yesterday. So they've done a really outstanding job offensively. When you look across the board, everything favors Utah Valley, and hence the 2-0 lead right now.
Yeah, but I talked to a few players before the game started, and they just said, the first thing they said was, we're going to have fun today. And I think that's very apparent. They seem a lot more loose. They seem like they came in with a different attitude. Maybe it's because there's no pressure to play second for the tournament and they're just a little more relaxed, but you can tell that they are feeling a lot better out there.
Wolverines have not lost consecutive matches all season long, and right now they're in the driver's seat to continue that. We'll get the third set after this break here on the WAC Digital Network.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
At Murdoch Hyundai, the model year-end sales event starts now. The open road to adventure begins at Murdoch Hyundai. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 6 years on a new 2020 Santa Fe or Sonata. You walk through our doors, you feel like family at Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here4you to learn how to get the care you need.
Winter has arrived, and with it, the Murdoch All-Wheel Drive event. Be prepared for any Utah winter roads. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 5 years on a new Tucson. When you walk through our doors, you feel like family at Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast. Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Welcome back into the Lockhart Arena. Matt Biamonte and Kaylee Doxey. I can't attach anything interesting to my name, but we do have the all-time leader in kills joining the broadcast here for Utah Valley. What I know you talked about the passing a lot, but maybe from an individual perspective, who stuck out to you from the Wolverines in sets 1 and 2?
Well, just with stats alone, Tori Dorius having 7 kills on the match, hitting 636. That's a huge number as a hitter. Sarah Jardine's going to get her digs. She has 13 digs already in a 2-set match. And I love seeing Abby and Jasa, both setters, have 13 equal assists. So everyone's working together right now to be successful.
Here's some stats throughout the first 2 sets. As you can see, everything favoring the Wolverines. Kaylee, large reason why they're up 2-0 right now. More kills, better hitting percentage, more blocks, better side-out percentage, and that just continues on. More service aces, more digs, more assists, everything favoring Utah Valley right now.
Yeah, and I think we could look at stats all day and compare, but when it comes down to it, it's the personnel, it's the attitude, it's the momentum, it's the connections. There's a lot more to the sport than stats. So it's hard to pinpoint what one thing is working for the Wolverines, when I just get an overall sense of they are looking different today because it's an attitude, or it's a choice, or they're just going to have fun, or whatever they're choosing to be, it's working. So forget the stats, forget the personnel. I think at this point you can throw almost anyone on there and they'd be successful.
Grand Canyon will serve first here in set number 3. It's the freshman Ava Mason, who has 20 assists along with 4 digs. Jasa up to Kendra Knock, and Kendra, just a master of that little push shot down the middle, gets the Wolverines on the board first. Kristen Bell will serve. 6 kills for Kristen and 2 blocks. Adams to Mason, back to Murillo, and Murillo misfires. That's been a theme for Murillo on this 2-game road trip. Just a little too long, a little too far on a lot of those attempts from Murillo, who is still hitting a negative percentage. Overpass does not turn into points, but the Wolverines have a chance here to go up 3-0. Kasna over the block. Murillo dives in. Mason back to Hannah Carper. And Hope Hannah Carper, a freshman, gets the side out for GCU.
She's done well coming off the bench for for Sarah Hagee. She came in first set. She stayed in second set. She's playing third set. And she's done pretty good.
Hannah Carper with a kill, a dig and a block. Kendra knocked down the middle. A little long for Kendra, and it's back to GCU. Ashley Lifgren will serve again. One of several freshmen on this roster for Grand Canyon. 6 of them, a lot of them play too. We've seen Hannah Carper, Lifgren, Goulart, Mason so far, and Georgia Turi. So 5 of the 6 freshmen we've seen in action this afternoon for Grand Canyon.
Yeah, they're a great young team. Great swing by Tanavasu on the outside right there to get the kill.
6 kills now for Kaz, and it's 3-2 UVU in set number 3. Jardine, the overpass. Hampson had an opportunity to swing hard, popped it up in Grand Canyon.
Not that I'm keeping track, but
you are keeping track.
1 of 5 overpasses for the Wolverines have been successful, and that's not something they have been very aggressive with. So if I'm planning practice, I'm going to work on overpasses.
It's a good point that you bring up, because I just think about last night's match, Kaylee, and how there was a couple overpasses that could have.
There were 2 at the very end that could have
swung a set, and
Yep.
then if you win one of those, does that give you momentum into the next?
Absolutely.
Wolverine point there. It's 5-3 substitutions. Abby Miller and Tori Dorius come in. There's a service error by Grand Canyon, their first service error of the match. A service ace from Abby Miller. That was a gorgeous serve.
Yeah, that drop, that's a great float. You don't want the ball to spin at all. When it floats like that, it drops unexpectedly. It's hard to pass.
That's Miller's second service ace of the match. And, a pancake from Moss denies Miller of her third service ace. But Tori Dorius is able to convert on the other end. So it didn't come courtesy of the ace, but the Wolverines do get the point.
Yeah, you rarely see a pancake off a serve, so Abby was robbed.
Miller will serve again. She's just been outstanding from the service line. Wolverines have been excellent. 6 aces, only 1 error. Turi gets through the block for a Grand Canyon side out. Mia Goulart will serve, freshman from Hawaii. 4 digs for Mia. Jardine to Miller, now up to Dorius, over the block. Diving in is Georgia Turi. Adams will get it over. Miller down the middle to Sadie Hampson. And Hampson misfires there, so it's another Grand Canyon point.
I like how aggressive Hampson is. She's not the tallest middle blocker in college volleyball, but she's aggressive and she's really athletic.
Goulart will serve again. Wow, Hampson able to get that over on the third hit. Amazing after a not so great set for Miller. Great dig from Adams. Oh, Tanavasa and Hampson with the block. 16 blocks now for Utah Valley. Here's the replay. Hampson has been a force in the middle. 4 blocks now for Sadie Hampson. Slide to Moss. Kyra Moss delivers for the Lopes.
And credit to Moss. That may just be something that Wolverines and any team who plays Grand Canyon has to prepare for. She really has a way of seeing the ball. She's got great vision and kind of doing what she wants with it.
7 kills now for Moss. Bishop, great play to keep it in. And Kristen Bell rewards the effort with a kill. Sadie Hampson will serve now for Utah Valley. Goulart to Mason, slide to Moss. Bishop has the dig. Kristen Bell unable to keep it in play, and it's another kill for Kyra Moss. 8 kills now for Kyra, a junior from Boyden, Idaho, transfer from Western Christian. Miller up to Kristen Bell, denied by Grand Canyon. They'll try again. And Kristen Bell succeeds on the second attempt. 8 kills now for Kristen Bell as we see Kaylee Downs and Jasa Funk Stratton back into action. Jasa Funk Stratton will serve. She has 15 assists. And unfortunate service error there for Jasa. Serving for Grand Canyon, Ava Mason. Kristen Bell. I don't think she's going to get the kill there, but that was a nice shot from Kristen. Wolverines lead by 3, 11-8. Oh, they did give it to Kristen.
Yeah, generally on a hit, if you encourage somebody to net when you are hitting, you get the kill.
9 kills now for Kristen Bell. It's a quick side out by GCU. Serving will be Ashley Lifgren. Lifgren with 4 digs this afternoon. Jasa up high to Tanavasa, and it's blocked at the net, but it's out of play, so it's another kill for Kaz.
That play started with a really strong pass from Kristen Bell. Great, perfect pass. Jasa was able to make a great set out to Kaz, and Kaz was able to muscle her way into a kill.
GCU draws a deflection for a side out. It's been pretty equal here in set number 3. Wolverines have had a 3-2 or 3-point lead so far. Downs delivers a quick side out for Utah Valley, courtesy of Kaylee Downs, her 6th kill. Wolverines now have 5 players with 6 or more kills. That being Downs, Tanavasa, Tori Dorius, Kristen Bell, Kendra Knock.
It's great to see so many hitters be successful. It's hard for a coach to run a scouting report when you have so many offensive threats. It's hard to figure out who to block and who to kind of key in on. So when you do have 5 players with equal and high amounts of kills. It's great for the Wolverines going forward.
Another service ace for Abby Miller, her third of the match. And Kaylee, what impresses you the most about Miller's serving abilities?
She's able to hit her areas. It's important that when you get an area from a coach, you have specific people you need to serve to. They may be a weak passer, they may be someone you want to take out, but she's really good at hitting her spots, and we'll be back.
I love this view.
I love that every time this commercial airs, I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
It's a 3-0 run by Utah Valley in large part due to the serving of Abby Miller, who's just been outstanding with 3 service aces. This is the strongest serving team in the conference, even though there's a service error there.
Knock on wood.
Only the second service error. So
it's hard to come out of a timeout. A lot of times coaches will call timeouts to slow down a good server, and that's exactly what he just did. So your goal on that first serve out of a timeout is just get it in.
Abby all the way over to Dorius.
Great swing.
Good play by Moss to keep it over. Another hard swing. A crash by the Lopes. They're still alive. Can the Wolverines take advantage? Kasna Adams with the dig. Popped up by Lithgren. And Mason gets it over on the third hit. Tori Dorius now. She located the back line to perfection.
They're going to challenge that.
We saw this twice.
Yeah.
Last night for the first time as the Lockhart Arena is utilizing instant replay capabilities here, and we have a challenge from Tim Nolan. First look, I know it was fast. I guess we'll take a second. Stays, so
it was in.
3 unsuccessful challenges between these two. Why do I feel like one of them was successful yesterday? I must have a short memory.
I remember them all being unsuccessful because I was hoping that they would change the call.
You have a better volleyball mind than me. That's just the bottom line. Brighton Bishop serving. Wolverines lead by 5. The slide to Kyra Moss, and Kyra Moss is determined to keep Grand Canyon in this thing.
All day. If I'm Ava Mason, I'm doing that all day long with Kyra Moss.
9 kills now for Moss, hitting .412. Serving for the Lopes will be the freshman Georgia Turi out of Italy. Trickles over the net. Miller back to Dorius. Dorius misfires.
That was Dorius' first hitting error. She's still at 9 kills, 1 error, hitting .471.
Hampson down the middle.
Net violation again. This time on Kyra Moss.
That's a tough break for Grand Canyon. They had a good opportunity after that scrambled attempts by Utah Valley.
This is the most net violations I've seen in one match in a long time.
Goulart, Moss on the slide.
Again,
it's Kyra Moss.
Yeah, it's an automatic.
For a moment there, it looked like the Wolverines had it figured out, but Kyra Moss has me rethinking that. Credit to Moss now, 10 kills. No blocks. A bit surprising for Kyra. She had 7 blocks last night. Bishop over to Kristen Bell. Dig from Turi.
Have a ball handling error by Ava Mason on the set.
4-point lead for Utah Valley. Errors are really hurting Grand Canyon's comeback attempt here in set number 3.
Yeah, definitely. Between the nets, the ball handling errors, and the hitting errors, they have made it a little easier today for the Wolverines to be in this match.
Kristen Bell with the block on the slide. And maybe it's just Kyra Moss. That time they went to Eskies and it was shut down. 7 blocks now for the Wolverines. They're 6 points away. Service error by Utah Valley gives it back to GCU. Those are the service errors that you can live with.
Yeah.
You're up by 5. You're aggressive. Doesn't quite land where you want it to, but no damage really inflicted.
Right now we have an Annabelle Kubinski, a junior for Grand Canyon. This is her first time coming in.
It's a 3-point lead. Another serve from Mason. Knocked down the middle, and Mason can't keep it in. It's a side out. Wolverines, it's 20-16. Kasna Tanavasa and Abby Vincent come in. Good opportunity here for the Wolverines to sweep Grand Canyon and build some momentum heading into that conference tournament. Mason to Murillo. Was it touched? No, it was not. And the lead's been pushed back to 5. Vincent will serve again. She has 1 service ace throughout this match. Wolverines deflection at the net. Adams to Murillo. Jardine to Jasa, back to Kaylee Downs. Adams with another dig. But the solo block, Kendra Knock, second best in the WAC in blocks per set. You see why right there.
Some middles may have just given up on that ball. It was off. You even saw Kaylee Downs right there kind of pull off and get ready to play defense, but Knox stood up and stayed in and blocked that ball.
Slide to Eskies, deflection. Vincent dives in. Jasa up to Tanavasa. Knock back to Kaz. And the deflection is out of play. Tanavasa gets the kill. 8 kills for Kaz. And you brought this up earlier, but I think it bears repeating as it appears to be a Wolverine sweep. A 7-point lead, 2 points left. Just a lot more energy, just a different vibe from this Wolverines team this afternoon.
Yeah, I think I'm wondering if it has anything to do with the pressure of, like we talked about with the WAC tournament coming up. I think a lot of it has to do too with Grand Canyon. I mean, credit to Grand Canyon yesterday. They played an outstanding match. Today they're not as challenging for the Wolverines, but you see the Wolverines definitely stepping up and playing a lot better today.
And you do have to wonder for Grand Canyon, as its match point fans on their feet, with them walking up to 2 seed, there's nothing to play for here. They're sitting their best player. Claire Mitchell did not play. I just wonder if they feel like, hey, let's stay healthy. Let's go home. Let's not have any COVID-19 issues and get ready for the conference tournament.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Nevertheless, you got to credit the Wolverines for their play, regardless of who's on the floor for Grand Canyon. They've played outstanding. They're going to finish the match with a hitting percentage above 300. Grand Canyon not going down without a fight here on potentially the final point. Turi deflected at the net. Hampson in on it. Here's maybe match point. Kaylee Downs on the right side. Kaylee Downs finishes it off for the Wolverines.
Very impressive offensive showing for the Wolverines today.
Yeah, you can say that again, Kaylee. Hitting .316 as a team throughout the match. That's better than 200 percentage points over Grand Canyon. They had 9 more kills, 9 more assists.
43 kills overall, which is a great, I mean, you need 75 points to win a 3-set match, and 43 of those coming from kills is a great stat.
Wolverines with 4 players with 8 or more kills, that being Kaylee Downs, who just finished things off. Kazan Tanavasa got into the action late in that third set. Kristen Bell, Tori Doris as well. Hannah Eskies, Kyra Boss played well for Grand Canyon, 11 and 10 kills respectively. I think another thing, too, worth repeating, the blocks, just a great presence at the net for the Wolverines. 18 blocks, only 3 for Grand Canyon.
Yeah, their blocking looked a lot better today. Their serving was definitely tougher, and overall they passed better today, too.
Nice side-out percentage for the Wolverines as well, 71% in their 3-0 win. That was down to 60% last night in a 3-0 win for Grand Canyon. So really nice response from the Wolverines, who successfully finish out the regular season without losing back-to-back matches. That was their 12th win of this season. They only played 1 out of non-conference game against BYU, which you and I did together. But really good showing for the Wolverines throughout this regular season. And now you turn the page to the conference tournament, where these teams will meet again on April 2nd with a chance probably to play New Mexico State in that championship. And good opportunity for the Wolverines. This conference tournament was not going to be played in Orem this year, but the tournament was moved to Orem, Utah due to the pandemic. You see the 5 teams participating on the screen, and the Wolverines looking for their first conference championship as a member of the Western Athletic Conference.
Yeah, they should feel good going into the tournament, too, having that win under their belt against Grand Canyon, having the confidence that, you know, they lost last night, but they have what it takes to beat them and to sweep them as well. So they should have confidence going in, and they already have a win against New Mexico State. So pending New Mexico State wins their first match and they beat Grand Canyon, they have a great chance at winning.
There's nobody in that tournament that the Wolverines have not beaten this year as the host team. So that'll wrap it up here for the 2020. Hard to believe we're saying this in 2021, but that'll conclude the 2020 regular season of WAC Women's Volleyball. She's Kaylee Doxey. I'm Matt Biamate, and thanks to our producer, Ben Schroeder. Thanks for joining us all season long, and we'll be back in a couple weeks for the conference tournament. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you next time.